I can't pretend to be happy and, oh, how's everybody doing? In a way. Although for the Super Bowl, there's a lot of people that don't know of what's happening right now. And I got things I got to talk about again. I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Yeah, they did a good job. Many of the commercials were very interesting. Some of them are very telling. Anyways. You know, in 2019, we all had internet. Things were doing well, this and that. No big deal. But in May 23rd of 2019, Elon Musk sent up there on the east coast of Florida 60 big, huge pieces of spy stuff into the sky. I think it connects into the AI. And we all know when you turn a video on a phone or any device, it sucks the power. Power. Needs more power to video. Think about that. And now, at that time, I felt like I was respected in a religion. Although, hey, I'm glad I'm not there. Anyways, not going there at the moment, but however, to be honest, I was learning and going through some things, but not sure how much of that was on my own. Not saying that I'm joining like what I'm going to portray today, but I'll pick up on this thought after a while if I come back to it. We'll see. Anyways, it started when the devices in my house would begin to say things, or even at times I knew it wasn't from a device in my head. There were so many games happening. I could look at my computer, practicing singing, because I like to do that in a nursing home, and if I'd think of it, it would jump to the song that I was thinking of. And, ooh, my power, or am I LinkedIn? Because that's what I heard. But here's the thing. The natural inward voices that you can find when you go inward, the subtle inner knowings you can connect to. You can analyze like there's a plane going over right now. If I tried, I could probably hear things from miles away. But the extra voices that I would hear were threatening. And when something's threatening in your head, it gets precedence. That's what you got to go to. We're wired that way. If you didn't, you might not survive. They were harsh ones. They would kill everyone I love, they say, for this or that, or have me do, and at times it's funny. It's weird stuff. Anyways, these threatening commands, maybe all in my head, all in my mind. But anyways, you tell somebody that, and then it's like a form of gaslighting if they're not like LinkedIn, or they're not in a spot where they hear such subtleties. But anyways, all this was right there in that time zone. I don't know the date exactly, but right in that era. Yeah, because as time went on a little bit, what you think are your own thoughts, If you talk to yourself about something, yeah, I found it. You're actually you're talking to yourself, technically, in a way. Sometimes just thinking out loud straight from, like I'm trying to talk from zero because I didn't prepare anything. But I'm not going to go into things because I don't understand it all for that. But I'm telling you, it can put some fear in you when your external world starts to relate to those things, these threatening voices, like to a T. And then it's like, you know, they can do a number on someone's mind. Now, and that's just one of many of the weirdest, strangest things. Of course, I was probably going through a spiritual awakening. Maybe it's all about that only. Yeah. But, sorry if I go slow. I'm going to think before I speak of what to include. I hope people can hear this. I see 1 or 2 views. That's what shows up. If I see it on a device or two, then there they are. So I don't really believe that. But so those launched up, and their tactics were fear and it's like all the people around me were struck with something as well. So here's my thoughts at if I was picking up and pick up extra signals that maybe are artificial intelligence streaming in from shit in the air that is blocking out our source of life, the sun and the moon, things that make plants grow and us grow. There's now like 7,000 of these things up in the sky, real close to that, rounding off. Almost 200's fallen out of the sky. They only last 5 years, the internet said. And AI on the ground takes so much power. Yeah, videoing off of every little smart thing there is, listening off of things from baby monitors to people's brains once you get them linked in to, right? Because we have the ability to pick up certain signals. Maybe you've done a good job catching that with your surrounding the whole earth with your, let's go back to that old Yaldabaoth energy. Why do I keep bringing that up? It's important. The lower parts of some just want to dominate. You can see it even in the simplest choices of someone. I once heard someone I know, they asked him, it was something, but on how to look them up or whatever, and I dominate the first 5 pages of Google. And so domination, as running something, you should care about your business. I don't know why I'm looking away, sorry. You should care about your business. But the domination word, that's what we're dealing with right now. So this artificial, and it comes in perfect timing when the world's trying to teach people how to be well and how to meditate a little bit, hit some silent time and actually listen to your inner voice and intuition. Soak up a little sun now and then, a little bit each day if possible, whatever. Things that are good for us. But this Yaldabaoth energy that Jesus wasn't on board with, no matter what you're thinking you're teaching, this Yaldabaoth energy, it demands control, obedience from the top down, do what we say, follow these rules. This is what we feel is right and wrong. This is the color of the skin of what is our people and everyone else. We're not mingling. We don't want to poison our blood. Yeah. So that's Yaldabaoth. Jesus spoke of unity. Facts. So this Yaldabaoth energy, so he's the devil. The God of the Bible, you got to start admitting now, the Old Testament God of the Bible is the devil. He wants control. He wants all the glory to himself. What's Trump want? I'm going to fix it. I'm going to do all this. Called himself chosen. He's a con man. And Elon Musk has got a bigger button. But so this Yaldabaoth, the devil, then wanting to take over the whole world, block out our source of creation, because see, religion, that kind, at least, that somehow normalizes what happened in the Old Testament as being okay. That kind of religion wants to dominate. It's just not nice. It'll lost my thought there as I say my little middle disclaimers. But if I hadn't said it already, the idea that if someone can't hear it or recognize it as well as I did, that don't mean it still ain't subliminally giving them these negative, Nazi-like, bad, what's good is bad, bad is good. We were told there would be, and all ancient writings kind of indicated there'll be spiritual warfare, yep. And it's mental, but we have artificial mental instead of your natural self. So how do you rule it out? How do we fix it? I'm not saying how to fix it all. Just one individual. This is just my opinion. This whole talk today is just a concept, okay? Because we only know what we know. But how do we fix it? I don't know, but you got to drop to your own core, go inward, and figure out what's going on. And if you hear things in your head that ain't how you believe or think, then iron it out. Is it you, or is it passing by, perhaps by all the audio video that's getting stored in the stuff that's surrounding the earth, blocking out our sun and moon a little bit? I have to go around it. It's not as good. Is it helpful? Is it harmful? Do we need it? Do we not? Sometimes you have to pour out our cups so that something new and true could fill it back up. Learn what's up. Best pour out that cup. So every farmer boy that just thinks you got to go the other way, you didn't know, you don't have to be anything. You don't have to know a thing about politics to know what is right and wrong. Although Trump said everybody knows what's right and wrong. Yeah, he don't want people talking about what's right and wrong. So if you go to your core, I put some aluminum around here to get a little better volume. It does a funny thing now and then. Ooh. Ooh. Hey, boo. So in religion, the Yaldabaoth energy, they want you. You're like a dirty worm, dust, worthless, will kill you if you walk too many steps on a Sunday. You sure can't, don't go fool with anybody that's not us, It's not allowed. They might kill you. That's the mindset. And thievery and stuff like that after they plunder different places. So we have to realize that kind of energy isn't showing you who you are. It's telling you what to do. And maybe even what to be, but what to do. And hiding you from your divinity. That you've inherited the earth. You're alive. Mind. In an avatar. Inherited the earth. Being controlled by big balls and Musk, and surrounded the earth and blocking out our source of life for the whole planet. Is that helpful? Is that harmful? Plus, these things emit some toxins into the ozone, possibly not letting our weather be as good as it's supposed to do. Who knows? But I know I didn't have that issue until the time he started launching his crap in the sky. Then I thought, in some stealth mode, they can hide their whatever and learn who's hearing them or not. And I don't know, could be a theory, could be a concept, could be part of my craziness. I might be crazy. However, if I had a real concern for the world and cared about their longevity and things, I would think back to, let's go back to that 2020 year when he was launching all this crap in the sky. We also, Trump come along and he mismanaged the health crisis in so many ways. It did start on his watch, which I could give him less credence than anything over that until now, when he's pulling down all the protections of the health this and that and the other. Are you helpful or harmful? Do you care about us, our lives, our health, or not? Helpful, harmful? Well, you're harmful. So far since May 24th in 2019, when somehow we gave Elon the permissions to go spy on us and latch into every digital crap you can get your tentacles into, including our U.S. Treasury and everything else. And they're like, well, and I'm glad they did for legal reasons, that he has to destroy what he got. But it don't quite work that way. Once you link in, you don't get linked out hardly very easy. I don't know have those answers, but so I think if we cared about the world, we'd get that junk out of the sky and shut down Starlink. We were good enough without it. And I think it's got nefarious things in its making. It's not good for our planet. For one, it's not good for our mental health. For two, look what they're doing now. Was it better when you seen Kamala smile? Or you like this stuff? And if you don't know this stuff, then you're useless on this earth if you're not trying to think about it right now. Every heart and mind has to have a little divide. Are you for? Oh, I just got to do it. I think it's Pete Sessions. He's the Oversight and Government Reform Committee. He said a lot of telling things in there. Just trying to decide if I want to spend time on them. I like it that I heard that he's talking about Elon. He was being questioned very intelligently, trying to draw good answers out of him, but he can't have one good answer. Everything's the opposite, just the opposite of what I think's helpful or harmful. So, but he did say that the people didn't comply when some of them come in to want all the info until, so Elon brought in more. It's a bully tactic. So Elon doesn't explain his systems. We don't know what in the world they really do or can do or abilities. I have a great idea or how far along he is yet. But I know if that's who it was that was artificially able to attack my systems at my own home and in my own head, telling me I got to get in line. New linked on. And I'm not going into all the torturous times you put me through, but if that was you. Anyways, I'm stronger for it. I'll tell you that. So thank you for that part. But and it's 15. If we wanted to really save money, all of us Americans, to find where there's wasted spending, okay? The wasted spending is the tax bailouts Trump created for himself the last time he was in, and he's working real hard to rob all they can before this one's done. And he don't care about the earth, it seems. He's doing everything harmful and not helpful. He don't care about our planet. He don't care about our health. He cares about himself. What kind of world is it when we can watch what happened between Israel and Gaza and think that's, well, guess it's okay. We're sending everybody else to Guantanamo Bay. What kind of world did we need to turn into where we create our own problems? Oh, that's because you ought to bet the devil himself wants to put us in bondage. You've heard that before, right? But people just want to be free from the ties that bind. Most of them don't exist, stuck there in our minds. Our limited identities can keep our hearts closed down. Humans are all just human. No real difference can be found. So anyways, this $15.4 billion, I don't know how often, going into SpaceX and crap for Elon Musk so he can do Nazi salutes, muscle into the United States of America's government, and link in shit and steal. It's a lot. Doing who knows what with your surrounding the whole earth with your spyware abilities. But we know your intent is not for the health of our people. You don't need to be a politician to see that. You don't even have to have a job to see that. You can be a thief and you can see that, oh my God, yeah, I don't want to on Donald's microphone the rest of my life or someone like him. I'd rather have free democracy and if it's not better, leave it alone. If we think of better ways with the smartest people we can and say, come together, you might figure something more out, you know? So I think the mind control to Major Tom is worse than we think with old Skylink. You're watching me now. Hello, Elon, Big Balls, and the whole crew. Whenever you get to see it, you're real busy right now, robbing from the Treasury and linking in, so So you keep building that future of a takeover as much as you can. On a mission. Nazi salute. Is it up? Now is it down? In, out, or around? Every mind alive has got to have a little divine. Jeez. Yeah, can't you see? Oh, can't you see what your power has done to thee? Anyways, if I didn't finish making that point, that God of the Bible wants you to not know, not reach even the source of life that created you. And in this case, look it up. He's literally changing our atmosphere and blocking out the sun and moon in its fullness, and it makes us we don't get that direct ray on in now because he's trying to block it out. He don't want people to think for themselves. They like unintelligent people to follow their lies. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie. Yeah. I shed a little tears. You guys at the Super Bowl last night sang Country Road so nicely. Good job. Almost heaven. Yeah. In reading the room, there's a lot of love there. A lot of people having enjoyment, whatever. But I can't believe. So this Pete Sessions oversight government reform committee, reform the government. He was asked things, and I was clearly looking for what does he know. He don't know nothing other than he's hiding something. Like corruptiveness is being hidden is the overall take on it, just because you can't look too deep in someone who blocks their eyes, in a sense. So he's got that corruptive look. He's saying all the wrong things to be on the side of the ones who are attacking our world for our health, for our wealth, and for what we've stood for when this Constitution got written up. They're attacking it all and wanting to tear it down. So yeah, it's on. Keep that diaper on, Donald. And Pete Sessions, you've showed that you're linked right with them. There'll be a reckoning when for your crimes against the world, in my opinion. I don't think the U.S. will ever retrieve what Elon and them have already done because of the system. Thank you, Donald. Narcissistic, malicious little baby. And here's the thing, when little babies that are narcissistic, bullies that don't mind doing anything they have to, when they get called out or when it don't go their way, you see what happens. You see what happens. Tear down. Oh, kill those that oppose. It gets ugly. So I don't know how it's going to go. But our sun and moon has to, you don't always get a good direct shot at it now. You have to see through it around something, which almost looks like a hole in the moon. But if it, this stuff there's 7,000 of those out there and climbing probably. And they want bigger AI on the ground because they can just act it. They got unlimited spyware all over the world. The more power they can build to capture videos of it all too, because they could sell it all over the world, learn from it, or when it's really time to attack, because obviously they don't care about our well-being. So is it real that Can the whole world just get along? Well, I don't know. It seems not. It seems the Yaldabaoth energy is so prevalent that they're trying to tell us what to do, who to pleasure. The pleasure of the president is what every appointee had to commit to, and everyone working with him. The pleasure of the president. So, it ain't how our Constitution's written. He's breaking laws. So don't get mad when enough courts and enough muscle puts the switcheroo on this shiest. And drag that crap out of the air. We'd rather have the sun and moon coming through, really. And not your signals, not your stealing. Don't need your video in me, but you're welcome. You owe me money for all the entertainment if you were. That's what I'm thinking. Otherwise, la la la. Yeah. And you know, back when, if I told anyone of a threat I was having and hearing, you know, all I could hear surrounding areas as well. This could be multiple people wanting to just mess around. That don't make them all something worthy of doing anything about. I'm only bringing this up because of the large picture is what I care about. You know, like the country continuing, life continuing in a healthy way where we can breathe fresh air and not rare chemicals from all over the earth getting released from whatever you call that big network of spyware that's wrapping around the whole earth. Thank you, Trump. Thank you. But that's just a scenario. But remember, Trump was in when this H1N1, Corona, whatever it is. We're already getting troubles now, and who would come right in and shut down the health systems? Somebody bold and brave enough to, well, you know, it's the mindset of the ones I had to listen to, and I knew that wasn't inside my head. And I had to be braver. In fact, an example of that, then I want to come back to that point, but an example of that is just a few weeks ago, I'm on my computer working on a song, and I had headphones on, and really loud came in this threatening voice that announced itself as a threat. And what? Terrifying. And on my screen, you got hijacked into do not shut down, and then their voice is saying it too, you know. It's trying to be scary. The voice was doing it too and saying, do not shut off your computer, do not restart your computer. And didn't take me very long to realize that's exactly what I should do. So I shut down the computer and it hadn't come back. But anyways, down then when I had psychic attacks, artificial ones I'm 100% of, because I've went inward enough and I know what's me and I know what's not me. Usually. There's some subtlenesses that, you know, it's all me anyhow. So there's some subtlenesses that get it blended. No one can be too adamant all the way unless enough facts add up. Then you can piece it and have a credence level for almost anything there ever is. So, looking at this red mold and all the black mold around me. Need to wipe it up again. These chapters. But back then when I was having all that, and I just tell a few, look, this is what's happening, you know, and the trust of me, well, I got sent into, you know, some sad treatment, but then, you know, also had something else going on where, you know, poisonings and all. But anyways, my wife and I last night tried to count up what I think are known attempts upon me. and you'd have to use 3 hands. But anyways, so my recommendation for the survival of the world, if we don't have a way to just shut that crap off and take it down, at least have someone that someone could actually trust. Look into some stuff. Tell us what's up or get rid of it. We'd rather survive long term on the planet. Star shit, star this, Mars this. You're ruining the earth. This is where we're at right now. We're on earth. We're part of the earth. We're made from the earth. Let's not hurt it. Get them wings all uncovering the sun and moon so we can enjoy life as it's supposed to be. Not with your brain attack. That's how I feel. Just one individual. And I only know what I know. Only know what I know. But during that time, as the best I known, worshipped that God for 20-some years with this group, and under the attack of some new, strange, unnatural happenings, to say the least, I called upon that God that I was told about. They mocked it. I couldn't prove it. Forced me to go more inward, find what power is within me. Still ain't solved it. What's there to solve until somebody's cruel, domineering, evil wants to take over the world, take all the money from the world, and think that everybody's going to let them live a happy life ever after. Ain't going to happen. It's a new day, a new dawn. Time to decide. Every little country bumpkin out there don't need to know politics to know what's right and wrong. What would be better, more healthful or not if you get told enough truths. Elon Musk and Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and the whole lot of them just lie. We have to know. Somebody lies, somebody don't. I know they trained you to hate Democrats. I'm not saying I'm one. I might be, though, from what I hear, but I believe in democracy and I believe in the rule of law. And we all might have family and stuff that you want to have a earth that lasts long enough to not let the devil side win. Yaldabaoth energy, right? So let's make unity and Christ-like living win over the devil. And you don't have to know a thing. And you don't have to miss a thing. Yeah. I like a little Stitch running around. Yeah. Commercials. Had some good ones. Neutral on the others, neutral on the song of Lamar, whatever. I looked up the lyrics and I've never been all that on some people's language at times. We only know what we know, so I'm not sure I fully understand the song. Talked a lot about spooky. It talked about turn his TV off. Sound like somebody trying to stop me? I'm not sure. I could be off. I have concepts and I tuck them away, and sometimes you better tuck some concepts away so when the day comes when you gotta what the, huh? Once things are settled, then I'll turn my attention to wherever they need to go in every which way that I see fit. That's how I plan to live. And stories within the stories. So anyways, with our government, if they put enough manpower, voices, whatever they did, if that was them, I'm supposing and I'm concepting, you gotta remember that. But it did happen to me. You can call me crazy, I'm all right with that. Anyways, the types of attacks they can send when they can know all your info. They can threaten to take your money when they can name your bank account. They can threaten your family's life when, oh, know everything about you, and they're in your head, actually. LinkedIn, or in all your devices where it's the same thing. You play it in stealth mode. These are all just concepts. But we don't know why they're I on everybody. I really don't know. Either way, choose wisely, be brave. Sometimes you gotta do the opposite of what you're getting told what to do. And I did like the commercial that Snoop and Tom Brady had. Good point. But then after all that, I didn't even worry about it because I went inward, didn't worry about it if there was a God or what the hell, because I could only go with how I had to go from day to day, whatever, grieving for losses and whatnot, and still suffering. My ribs and body still hurts, though I move way better than I used to. Whatever. But anyways, I'm grateful for life. Grateful to be alive, even if we get wiped out by an evil Satan that's covered the world with spyware and wants to artificially take over, and he's taking over a government right now. So that's the process where we're at. I think all the other free countries in the world would hope that this country could step up and take care of what needs done right now, because we got some murderous heisters in there that have blood on their hands, in my opinion. Just one individual, and I only know what I know. Well, I'm gonna cut it off there. Hope you have a good day. Appreciate those who have get to listen to, and have a good one.